Hello and welcome to the Papyrus Global TV News Updates. Here are the headlines. ISWAP acquired advanced drone for coordinated attack on Nigerian troops. Obi blasts Tinubu over prolonged absence from Nigeria. Rivers and Kano in turmoil as Kwankwaso and Wike battles their successors. Uncertainty persists over Governor Abba Yusuf's possible defection to APC. Nigerian security landscape is facing a new and troubling challenge as the Islamic State West Africa Province ISWAP is reported to have acquired advanced drone technology capable of conducting coordinated aerial attack against military targets. The development marks a significant escalating in the group's operational capacity and has placed security forces on heightened alert across the Northeast. Our correspondent reports.
Security and intelligence sources have confirmed that ISWAP has significantly upgraded its arsenal with the acquisition of sophisticated unmanned aerial vehicles, signaling a dangerous shift in the group's insurgency tactics. According to reports confirmed on Monday, January 12, 2026, the terrorist group is moving beyond the use of drones for basic surveillance and reconnaissance and is now believed to be planning coordinated aerial strikes against Nigerian military formations and forward operation bases. The drones, described as a mix of commercially adapted platforms and more specialized systems, are reportedly capable of delivering lethal payloads, allowing insurgents to bypass traditional ground defenses and strike from above. Intelligence assessments indicate that this development has been reinforced by external technical support, enabling ISWAP to integrate drone warfare into its border campaign of violent operations across the Lake Chad and Northeast corridors. The Nigerian military has since been placed on high alert, particularly in remote and exposed locations where existing counter-drone and electronic warfare capabilities remain limited. Security analysts warn that the evolving threat underscores the urgent need for a comprehensive review of Nigeria's counter-terrorism posture, including investments in electronic warfare systems, early warning technologies, and enhanced aerial and satellite surveillance to detect and neutralize such threats before they can be deployed.
Military authorities have not disclosed operational details, but say efforts are underway to adapt to the evolving threat environment. As the nature of insurgency continues to change, the focus now turns to how quickly Nigerian security architecture can respond to this emerging Aryan dimension of asymmetric warfare. We will continue to follow development and bring you updates. Former presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, has sharply criticized President Bola Ahmed Tinubu over what he described as a prolonged absence from the country at a time of mounting economic and security challenges. In a statement issued on Monday, January 12, 2026, Obi questioned the timing and duration of President's stay abroad, arguing that Nigeria requires hand-on leadership amid worsening national conditions. Our correspondent again reports.
Peter Obi has accused President Bola Ahmed Tinubu of what he termed leadership neglect, saying the president's extended stay outside Nigeria sends the wrong signal to a population grappling with deepening hardship. In his statement, Obi pointed to record high inflation, rising unemployment, and an escalating wave of kidnappings and insecurity, arguing that the absence of the country's leader during such a critical period undermines public confidence in governance. According to Obi, effective leadership goes beyond policy direction and delegation, insisting that physical presence and active engagements are essential, particularly during moments of national crisis. While acknowledging that any public office holder is entitled to rest or medical leave, the former Anambra State Governor stressed that the timing and length of the president's current trips are in his words, unacceptable, given the scale of domestic challenges confronting the nation. He urged the Tinubu administration to place the welfare of Nigerians above comfort and leisure, reminding the presidency that leadership carries an obligation to remain visible, responsive, and accountable to the people at all times. Christiana Babayo, Papyrus Global TV News.
Meanwhile, the presidency has yet to issue a formal response to Obi's remark, as public debates continue over leadership presence and accountability. Attention remained focused on how the administration addresses Nigerian pressing economic and security concerns, whether in the country or outside the country. Political tensions are escalating in Rivers and Kano states as two of Nigeria's most influential political godfathers find themselves locked in fierce battle with the very governors they helped bring to power to protect their interests. In Rivers State, the feud between Federal Capital Territory Minister Nyesim Wike and Governor Simi Fubara continues to deepen, while in Kano State, NNPP leader Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso is reportedly facing growing resistance from Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf. The parallel crises are raising concern over governance, party unity, and political stability as the next election cycle approaches. Our correspondent reports.
In Rivers State, the political standoff between former governor and current FCT minister Nyesom Wike and his successor Governor Siminalayi Fubara has entered a more volatile phase. What began as a quiet power struggle has evolved into an open contest for control of the state's political machinery, with the House of Assembly, local government councils, and party structures serving as the main arenas of confrontation. Despite repeated interventions by the presidency and other national stakeholders, efforts at reconciliation have so far failed to yield lasting results. Observers say the prolonged crisis has effectively stalled governance in the oil-rich state, as political energy remains diverted towards survival and supremacy rather than service delivery. A strikingly similar scenario is playing out in Kano State, where Senator Rabiu Kwankwaso, the political heavyweight behind the New Nigeria People's Party, is reportedly locked in a tense struggle with Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf, his longtime protege. Political analysts note that both Wike and Kwankwaso appear determined to retain their status as the ultimate power brokers within their states, while the sitting governors are increasingly asserting autonomy and consolidating their own basis of support. The result is growing unease within party ranks as lawmakers, party officials, and grassroots supporters are compelled to take sides in disputes that threaten internal cohesion. With political alliance shifting and fault lines widening, analysts warn that the ongoing battles could significantly reshape the political landscape in both states ahead of the next general elections. Christiana Babayo, Papyrus Global TV News.
As tensions continue to rise, concerns remain over the impact of these power struggles on governance, stability, and democratic consolidation in both Rivers and Kano State. When two elephants fight, the grass suffers. Rivers State and Kano State indigents are the ones suffering.
We will now go on a short break, and when we come back, the news will continue. Stay tuned.
The Papyrus Global, we don't just cover events, we create cinematic experiences. From red carpets to birthdays, gala dinners, and your fairy tale weddings, we bring your moments to life with high-tech precision. Our gadgets are smarter, our lenses sharper, and our team simply world-class. Trust the Papyrus Global to tell your story in the boldest, brightest way possible.
Welcome back, and now the news will continue.
ISWAP acquired advanced drone for coordinated attack on Nigerian troops. Obi blasts Tinubu over prolonged absence from Nigeria. Rivers and Kano in turmoil as Kwankwaso and Wike battles their successors. Uncertainty persists over Governor Abba Yusuf's possible defection to APC. Uncertainty continued to trail the political future of Kano State Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf amid growing speculation that he may be considering a defection from the New Nigerian People's Party (NNPP) to the ruling All Progressive Congress (APC). As of Monday, January 12, 2026, the governor's camp has neither confirmed nor categorically denied reports of high-level talk with APC leaders, fueling intense political debates within and beyond Kano State. Our correspondent has more.
Speculation over a possible political realignment by Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf has continued to dominate political discourse in Kano, with insiders pointing to what they describe as quiet but strategic consultations between the governor's allies and the leaders of the ruling APC. So far, the governor's inner circle has maintained studied silence, refusing to offer clarity on whether discussions aimed at defection are indeed underway. Analysts believe the ambiguity may be deliberate, allowing the governor room to maneuver amid rising internal pressure within the NNPP. Sources close to the situation suggest that a potential move to the APC could be a calculated effort by Governor Yusuf to insulate his administration from the growing influence and political demands of the Konkosia movement, led by former Governor Rabiu Musa Konkosu. The uncertainty has sent ripples through the NNPP, particularly among party loyalists who view the governor's mandate as inseparable from the Konkosia political structure that powered his election victory. Meanwhile, political insiders say the APC is closely monitoring developments and is reportedly eager to receive the Kano governor as part of a broader strategy to regain political dominance across the northwest region. However, critics warn that any such defection could provoke a significant backlash from the Konkosia base, potentially destabilizing the governor's grassroots support and triggering fresh political realignments within the state. Until a formal announcement is made, Kano's political landscape remains tense, with every public appearance, statement, and meeting involving the governor being scrutinized for indications of an imminent shift in political allegiance. Christiana Babayo, Papyrus Global TV News.
For now, the silence from Government House continues to fuel speculations, keeping Kano's political atmosphere charged with anticipation. We will follow that story and keep you updated as it develops. Lead counsel to the 10 indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu has launched a blistering attack on Nigeria's top judiciary institutions, accusing National Judicial Council (NJC) and the Nigerian Bar Association (NBA) of deploying what it calls propaganda to legitimize an allegedly illegal conviction. In a strongly worded statement released on Monday, January 12, 2026, Kanu's legal team insists that the judicial process leading to verdicts was fundamentally flawed and undermined by executive interference. Our correspondent has more on this developing legal and political controversy.
The lead lawyer representing Nnamdi Kanu has accused both the National Judicial Council and Nigerian Bar Association of attempting to shield what he described as a gross miscarriage of justice through carefully crafted public narratives. According to the statement, the defense argues that the conviction of the IPOB leader was secured through a process riddled with procedural irregularities, including the alleged violation of existing court orders and a denial of Kanu's constitutional right to a fair hearing. The legal team further criticized what it termed the conspicuous silence of senior figures within the judiciary and the legal profession, alleging either passive complicity or outright endorsement of executive interference in the judicial process. Central to their argument is the issue of Kanu's extraordinary rendition, which they say fatally compromised the legitimacy of the trial. The lawyers insist that attempts to portray the conviction as a victory for the rule of law amount to a deliberate effort to bury serious legal violations. They also warned that the international community is being misled by official narratives surrounding the case, vowing to pursue justice through higher domestic court and international legal mechanisms. The defense has now challenged the NGC to conduct an independent review of the conduct of judicial officers involved in the case, stressing that the credibility and integrity of Nigeria's judiciary remain on the line.
The National Judicial Council and the Nigerian Bar Association are yet to officially respond to this allegation. However, we will continue to keep you posted. Former Ekiti State Governor Ayodele Fayose has weighed into Nigerians' evolving political realignment, claiming that the African Democratic Congress (ADC) has gained renewed momentum following the recent movement of Peter Obi towards the party. Fayose's comments comes amid growing speculation about alliance and power blocks ahead of 2027 general elections, with the ADC increasingly viewed as a potential rallying point for opposition forces. Our correspondent comes in here with details.
The political landscape is beginning to shift as discussions around the ADC intensify, fueled in part by the political influence of former Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi. Speaking on the emerging realignment, Ayodele Fayose acknowledged that Obi's movement toward the ADC has significantly elevated the party's national profile, transforming it from what he described as a relatively quiet platform into a visible center of opposition activity ahead of 2027. Fayose noted that while he continues to express support for ongoing government reforms, the renewed relevance of the ADC cannot be ignored, particularly as it begins to attract political figures seeking an alternative to the dominant parties. However, the former governor struck a critical note, describing Obi as the least active among a group of prominent political actors currently associated with the ADC. According to Fayose, while Obi's name recognition provides substantial visibility, the operational drive of the party is being led by other experienced stakeholders working behind the scenes. He suggested that these actors are actively laying the groundwork for a broader third force coalition aimed at uniting multiple opposition parties under a common platform capable of challenging the ruling bloc. Political analysts say the development signals an early but significant phase of pre-election maneuvering, with the ADC increasingly emerging as a hope for diverse political interests positioning themselves for relevance in the 2027 contest. Christiana Barbayo, Papyrus Global TV News.
As alliances continue to take shape, attention will remain on how this emerging platform translates visibility into political structure and electoral strength. A historic succession process has officially begun in Ijebuland as an unprecedented 95 royal contenders enter the race for the revered Awajale of Ijebuland's tool. The development confirmed on Monday, January 12, 2026, marked the formal commencement of the selection process for one of the most prestigious traditional thrones in Yoruba land. Our correspondent has the details.
Ijebuland is witnessing an extraordinary moment in its royal history as 95 princes and princesses have formally declared interest ascending the throne of the Awujale of Ijebuland. The announcement follows the activation of the succession process to fill the highly respected traditional stool, underscoring the immense cultural significance and influence attached to the position within Ogun State and across Yoruba land. With the unusually large pool of aspirants, the responsibility before the kingmakers and the Regency Council is both delicate and demanding. They are now tasked with a comprehensive screening exercise aimed at ensuring that the eventual monarch meets strict traditional, educational, and character standards required to occupy the ancient throne. Sources indicate that the list of contenders includes prominent business figures, seasoned professionals, and high-ranking public officials, reflecting the stature and prestige associated with the Awujale institution. As the screening process gets underway, anticipation is building across Ijebu communities and beyond, with residents, cultural custodians, and historians closely monitoring the unfolding process that will determine who leads the ancient kingdom into its next chapter.
The succession process is expected to unfold over the coming weeks, with traditional protocols guiding each stage. We will continue to follow development and bring you updates as Ijebuland prepares for a new era of royal leadership. We have come to the end of news updates on the Papyrus Global TV. See you again next time.